In South Sudan in 2026, systematic clan persecution continues, where loyalty to tradition is more important than human life. Here, a person can be sentenced to death not for political views, but for personal relationships that break ancient customs and the economic interests of the family. This creates an atmosphere of constant fear for those trying to live outside of strict clan control. In this episode, we will analyze why a simple family conflict in South Sudan turns into a death sentence, and how the total lack of state protection makes the risk to life critically high. We will find out why a person with this profile, a member of the Dinka community who broke the rules of the bride price, is doomed to persecution that is impossible to hide from inside the country. I base these videos on real cases of people facing persecution in their home countries. We are country witness experts from London, focusing on human rights violations. Today's episode is about a real case we received from a London law firm and prepared by our lead Sudan expert. They need objective evidence about the situation in the applicant's country. Our job is to do deep research and prepare a country expert report. This report identifies the real risks if the person returns home. It helps the court understand why the person needs international protection. If you are going through the asylum process in the UK, the US, Canada, or Europe and are looking for a country witness expert, you can find a wide network of highly qualified experts at the Human Rights Experts. The link is in the description. To understand the scale of the threat, one must realize South Sudan is a country where real power belongs not to the government, but to clan elders. Here, the Constitution and the Criminal Code exist only on paper, and 90% of all disputes are settled under customary law. The main asset in the culture of the Dinka people is cattle. Marriage in this environment is not just a union of two people, but a complex economic deal between families. The bride price can reach dozens or even hundreds of cows. This is the foundation of the local economy. Therefore, a girl's pregnancy before marriage is seen not as a private matter, but as a severe insult to honor, and more importantly, as direct financial damage to her family. This mechanism of suppression is best seen in the example of our applicant, a young man from the Dinka community. His story began with a relationship that led to the girl's pregnancy before a formal marriage and the payment of the traditional bride price. In South Sudan, this instantly turned him from an ordinary citizen into a target for clan revenge. The girl's family saw the situation as a direct attack on their collective honor and economic status. They demanded that the applicant immediately pay a huge number of cows as compensation. When it became clear that he could not meet these demands in full, the situation turned into open aggression. The girl's relatives openly stated that if the debt of honor was not paid with cattle, it would be paid with blood. It is important to understand in regions like Lake State or Warrap, such threats are never just words. We documented in our report that cases of physical violence, kidnappings, and forced marriages in similar situations are a systemic practice. The applicant was forced to run away and hide because he knew for sure he was being hunted by armed clan members who would not stop until they restored the honor of their family. His case is not just a family drama, but a situation where a person became a victim of organized persecution based on deep cultural norms. But before concluding, let me introduce myself. My name is Maxim. I am a country witness expert specializing in human rights violations. I personally also received political asylum. I am the founder of the Human Rights Experts. Since March 2022, we, a team composed of over 20 experts, have been creating expert reports for asylum applicants. Our expertise covers all key regions of the world, including Africa, Asia, Latin America, Eastern Europe, and the Middle East. Our expert reports, similar to the one we discussed today, are regularly commissioned by major law firms to help the court and authorities explain the specific country context of human rights violations in the applicant's country of origin who are applying for asylum in the US, UK, Canada, and EU countries. If you are in the process of seeking asylum, remember, objective evidence confirming the risk of persecution is critically important for your case. Hire an expert witness via the link in the description below. To summarize, let's answer an important question. Why is it impossible to simply hide in another city or in a refugee camp inside the country? In South Sudan, internal relocation is impossible. There is no anonymity here. A person is instantly identified by their last name, dialect, and clan connections, even in the capital. Clan networks cover the entire country, and elders have power everywhere. The conclusion is obvious. The threat to the applicant is targeted and unavoidable. Since the police are powerless against the power of the clans, the authorities are unable to protect the person. Returning to South Sudan means a real risk of murder or torture as part of honor revenge. This story confirms, in asylum cases, you cannot use only general phrases. Objective evidence and detailed country reports are the key to success in court. Thank you for your attention. This was Maxim Karitonov. See you next time.